It's like they say.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a...
COVID.
What?
Even though more than 5 million of us Aussies have come down with the spicy cough, we all have that smug mate who has somehow...
I've never had COVID.
I got lucky. I think the reason I haven't had COVID is because of BB and Schnitzel.
I've got a superpower. I'm from New Zealand, that's why.
So how have they managed to slip past the pathogen?
There are a number of behaviours and social factors that influence whether someone's going to be exposed to COVID or not. If people are essential workers and have to go out to work, well, they're going to be more likely to get it. Many households have been exposed to COVID because their kids have brought it from school. The other thing is vaccination. So folks that are vaccinated do have some protection against transmission, particularly early on.
But according to new research, even some people who've been exposed to COVID still won't catch my disease. And it could be thanks to obnoxiously high levels of a little thing called T cells.
There are a number of different parts of the immune system. It's actually very complicated. There are B cells that make antibodies, and T cells, the cells themselves, help to kill the virus. The T cells tend to have a long memory. And so it may be that exposure to previous coronaviruses in some people, there's been activation of T cells that allow it to kill COVID as well.
Even when the never COVID cohort are stuck at home with someone who has the virus, they often still won't catch it.
There may be genetic reasons why there are some people that are either partially resistant or entirely resistant to catching COVID. We see that in HIV. We really don't know enough about this virus to say that, but it's possible.
But there could be something else going on too. People who may have actually caught COVID but never showed symptoms, never got tested and may never know.
Even if you haven't gotten COVID to date, I wouldn't count on you having any particularly genetic protection against COVID. I think you've just been lucky.
So with restrictions easing and winter on the way, how long can those lucky dodgers keep dodging?
I think that is the way to think about this for now. Don't think you've got genetic superpowers that you've dodged COVID so far, that maybe we just have been lucky. So we think, roughly 20% in Australia of people have caught COVID. In the US, we think it's well over 50%. So a lot more people are still going to get sick.
So there is no COVID Wolverine who can just be impervious to any and all of these?
I mean, I'm hoping the TJ and Atagi will advise us of their secret projects.
According to medical advice, there is no Wolverine.
I know there's no conclusive evidence on this, but obviously there's a lot of people that say, I was in a house with a partner that had it, I didn't get it. Are they more likely, do you think, based on what Nancy was explaining there, to fall into that camp of maybe having had it and been asymptomatic earlier?
Certainly more likely, but they're more likely to have all the reasons why someone may not be detected to have COVID. Everything from being asymptomatic to maybe having very high antibody levels. We know your antibodies levels are going to be very high when you very recently had the booster vaccination. So there's a whole host of reasons why that may be happening. But the main thing to remember is that your luck may well run out at some point. So do what you can to delay getting it as much as you can.
What about kissing 4 minutes a day?
Let's run our own experiment.
Okay.